Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and much appreciated you guys checking out today's video and making some time out of your day to visit with me a little bit. And guys, today got a little fun video. Well, it might be fun for you guys. It's sort of traumatic for me what happened here, but I'm going to tell you the story about the tournament that I fished in is the reason why I cannot listen to that song Sweet Home Alabama anymore. Anytime it turns on, I have to get away from it or turn it off, or or if I have to listen to it, it just gets me absolutely depressed. So we're going to get into that in today's episode. Also, guys, one quick deal I want to share with you all before we get started. You guys know that every month I like to share with you guys something that works good that specific month. And guys, my favorite jig combination for like mid-April into mid-May is black and chartreuse with a green trailer on it. Now, this is my Blaukat throwback jig, guys. Living rubber, black and chartreuse living rubber skirt. I got the Zoom Super Chunk Junior on it here. I'll link my Blaukat throwback jig in the description of this video if you guys would like to pick one up. But guys, get you a 1/2 ounce or a 5/8 ounce Blaukat throwback jig, black chartreuse, put you a green trailer on it. Excellent color in the month of mid-April to mid-May, especially if you're flipping it and pitching it around any type of shallow wood cover. Guys, I have caught a ton of fish on this color this time of year. And for whatever reason, there's certain colors of jig and trailer combinations that work better every month. And I'm trying to share that with you guys. So give it a try. I think it'll help you guys out. Okay, guys, I told part of the story back when I very first started my YouTube channel, but that was 140,000 subscribers ago. So I wanted to share it with you guys about why I cannot listen to the song Sweet Home Alabama. Okay, now the tournament I think it was the 2002 or 2003 Ranger M1 tournament. This was a specialty tournament for Ranger owners. They paid $1 million for first place in this tournament if you had all the contingencies. Like, in other words, if you had a Ranger boat and if you just had a Ranger boat and if you won the tournament, you got $600,000. But if you had certain electronics and trolling motors as a contingency, you could win up to almost $1 million. And the contingencies I had in this tournament added up to, if I won the tournament, I'd win $900,000 in this tournament. So this tournament was at the Mobile Delta in Alabama. And as it just happened, guys, this Mobile Delta river system is set up perfect for the way I like to fish. It's nothing but shallow wood cover. I won a Bassmaster Top 100. I won a Bassmaster Top 150 there the year before on the Mobile Delta. So I really liked this place, and I really had a lot of confidence I could do good in this tournament. And it's all about flipping jigs. That's how I won that Bassmaster tournament, and that's what I was going to do at this M1 tournament. So anyway, I found this one backwater that was full of lay-down trees, cypress trees, lay-down logs, that type of deal. And I had a decent practice. I shook off a lot of fish. So fast forward let me tell you how the tournament progressed. This was a 4-day tournament. And what they did is the entire field fished for 2 days. And then back then, MLF, which was FLW back then, after the second day, they cut the field down to the top 10 and they scratched the weights down to 0. So if you made the top 10, everybody was even. And after the top 10 day, they cut it down to the top 5 and they scratched the weights to 0 too. So it was not a cumulative weight like it is now. So anyway, after the first 2 days of the tournament, I was leading the tournament. I had like a 10-pound lead over second place going into the top 10 day. So everything was perfect, guys. It's like I had this area to myself. I was pitching and flipping the jig, my favorite way to catch them. Everything went perfect. I didn't lose any fish. My execution was perfect. I mean, everything was just going perfect. So the third day of the tournament, they cut to the top 10, and I went out there and I caught the biggest string of the tournament, and I had an 8-pound lead over second place. So you got to realize, if it would have been a traditional tournament, just a regular tournament, I would have an 18-pound lead going into the last day of that tournament. But again, the way the format was, I made the top 5 because I was leading it. They scratched it to the top 5, so we're all 0 starting over again. So I'm a little pissed about it because I basically had the tournament won after 3 days, 900,000. So the last day of the tournament, I had a camera boat with me and everything. We had a local angler was driving the camera boat, ran up to the place I was fishing, Started fishing, guys, and it was like a dream day. Everything was perfect. Every key piece of cover I caught a good fish on, didn't lose anything. I mean, everything was just perfect. Long run, I was about 50 miles from the tournament site, and after about 3 or 4 hours, I had the biggest bag that I had caught all weekend. And the local that was with me, driving the camera boat, he goes, "Randy, congratulations." He goes, "That's the biggest bag of fish I've ever seen on this river." So I'm like pumped up. He's high-fiving me, and I'm telling myself, I just won $900,000. So I'm running back in, guys, and it's like, I can't tell you the feeling. Imagine running back in knowing that you're going to win $900,000. The mental, what type of a life-changing scenario you're fixing to happen there. So run back into the weigh-in there, guys, and they get all 5 of us out, and we're all 5 lined up to go to the Coliseum. They had the weigh-in. We had to drive into downtown Mobile, Alabama for the weigh-in at this big Coliseum. And I just happened to notice right behind me, David Dudley had made the top 5, and I noticed a guy walking up to David. David was sitting in the passenger seat because we had our own drivers that were driving us. Some guy walked up to David, and I heard him say, "Congratulations, man, that's an unbelievable day you had." So I'm thinking, it's like, God, that probably doesn't sound very good. So fast forward, guys, we get to the top 5 there. We go to the weigh-in, and I think that it was me, David Dudley, Dion Hibden, and I can't remember the other 2 guys that made the top 5. But anyway, what the deal was with this is we all were back by the tanks there, and everybody got on stage. And what they did is they went around to all 5 of us, and you brought up 1 fish at a time. And then if you couldn't match the weight like the next angler had, you got knocked out. So they went around, like me, Dion, we brought our fish up, and when it came around to your second turn, if you couldn't beat the lowest weight, you got knocked out. So to make a long story short, it was down to me and Dudley. We both weighed 4 fish in, and at the time, I can't remember what it was. We were pretty close after 4 fish, and the song, they had like a little break, and they started playing "Sweet Home Alabama." We were in Alabama, so they started playing this song, Leonard Skinner's "Sweet Home Alabama," and I'm sitting here saying, it's like, okay, I know I got about a 4-pounder in there. It's like, somebody told me that Dudley had 2 big fish, and he'd already weighed in 1 of his big ones. So I knew that he had a good one, I had a good one. So we get around there to it, and Dudley brings up his fish, and it's like a 4.5-pounder. And I'm like, are you shitting me? It's like, I knew that the one that I had didn't weigh 4 pounds, but I get it up there, and I think it weighed 4 pounds and 4 ounces, and Dudley winds up beating me like by 4 or 5 ounces in the tournament. And it's like, guys, when that happened, it's like, what had happened is he had this one area he wanted to get into, and he went and got a chainsaw. He cut his way into this fresh water, and he caught like 15 and a half pounds, and I had like 15.4 or something like that. And guys, when he put, and I'm not taking anything away from David, because him and I are good friends, and he's an unbelievable fisherman. But guys, when he weighed in that 4.8, and after the week of this perfection that I had in the tournament, and losing $900,000 that I should have won. I should have won the tournament by 18 pounds if it had been a cumulative weight, because they changed the format next year to a cumulative weight. So guys, it crushed me. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I'm not ashamed to admit it. It absolutely freaking crushed me. Driving home by myself, it's like, you're never going to get another chance to win $900,000. And I said, Randy, you won, even though it doesn't show it, you blew that tournament away. But it didn't show up in my bank account. So I don't know, guys. But anyway, the thing that stays with me in that tournament is every time I hear the song "Sweet Home Alabama," it takes me back to that moment where I was just crushed. It was the most crushing blow of my entire career. And that's why I can't listen to it. It's like anytime it comes on, I have got to get away from it, because it takes me back to just that feeling that I can't describe, of just the worst feeling you can have in the world. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that story with you guys. Thought you might find it interesting, and we'll check in later. See y'all.